Okay, looks like we're live. That's good. I'm gonna need y'all to give me a couple minutes to get set up. Things are a little bit of a mess. This took a lot of setup to get working. Um, and I've been having some capture issues with Citra lately, so yeah, if things might take a couple minutes to get going, just so you know. Um, I'm sure I've forgotten something that I will need to set up or do, um, because that's generally how this type of thing goes. In the meantime, I will add tags. Um, I don't know what other tags to add. Um, Music? Why is the category music? Did I do that? I hope I didn't. Um, Maybe once I fix that, people will show up. Okay, that should be good. I should be able to close my browser entirely. Now, here's the fun part. Where I get to figure out if everything is working. Okay, looks like it is. I'll turn the volume down a smidge. Not too much. There we go. That should be okay. Let me know if that's too loud or too quiet. Okay. I don't have a lot of room here. There we go. Okay, so I don't know why I'm bothering to talk. There's nobody here. There's no one here listening right now. I don't know why I'm bothering to state the rules when there's no one here to listen. But, for any VOD watchers, I guess, if you end up watching the VOD, because I do plan on turning this into a video at some point. Same with the minimum things run. I do plan on turning that into a video. I just need to find the time to edit it together. But yeah, so for VOD watchers, hello. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome to the Sticker Star minimum turns run. I turned my fan off because my mic was picking stuff up and it's still picking stuff up, so I'm turning my fan back on because it's warm in here. Excuse me for a moment. There we go. Hopefully it's not too loud. If it's too loud, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Maybe I should turn the music up a little bit so it's harder to hear. Okay, so the rules of this challenge are simple and yet not simple at the same time. Basically, what you see on screen there with the white text is what a turn is. So if I first strike an enemy, first strike plus my action plus the enemy's action equals 1 turn. If I fail a first strike, like I jump on a spiny or something, I count that as a turn. Basically, whenever it gets back around to me to do an action, unless I first strike, that is a turn. And if I choose to use my turn to run away, I'm counting that as a turn. Just because I discussed this with Eric a little bit last night. There's I just feel like it's not like you're using your turn to run, so it should count. Like, I think that's fair. A couple shout outs I do want to give before we start this run. I'm going to turn the music down a little. I don't want to blow anybody's eardrums out. Actually, let me mute myself for 2 seconds. Okay, I moved my mic a little further away from my fan. I was hoping it would dull the background noise. It really hasn't. Let me try turning my fan down. I told you this was going to be a mess. Alright, I'm putting it on minimum. Hopefully that removes a little of the background noise. I shouldn't be using too much audio from this in the video, so I plan on basically voiceovering the whole thing. But before I start this run, I do want to give a couple of shout-outs. First and foremost, I want to shout out Astronauter. That's basically where I got the idea to do this. I was watching Astronauter's Sticker Star Nuzlocke, and I found out that you can use the trumpet sticker during a Chain Chomp fight to wake the Chain Chomp up in 1 turn. I didn't know you could do that, and that gave me the whole idea of, let's do a minimum turns run. And then secondly, I need to give a shout out to Bringle, because Bringle did basically the same idea in both the original Thousand Year Door and the remake. And that is kind of where the idea to do a minimum turns run in general came from. So shout out Astronauter, shout out Bringle, and shout out Agent too, because he's cool. Anyway, no more build up. Let's get to it. I do not have my old files. I'm on a different device. My old files are at home. So that means I can't do any testing, which kind of sucks. So, yeah, we might have to learn as we go. For anything that we don't know off the top of our head. Another thing I think is worth mentioning for people who know this game well. There are at least 2. There are 2 that came to mind, but there might be more. There's at least 2 HP up parts we are not able to get. The first one is the Big Buzzy Beetle. For the same... Well, actually not for the same reason. It's the same roadblock we ran into in the Minimum Things run, where we can't fight the Big Buzzy Beetle. In that run, it was because we need the fan to open the windmill. In this run, we're allowed to do that, but obviously fighting uses a turn. So that would not be optimal. Another HP up part we cannot get is the Toad Rescue Mission HP up part, because that would involve 5 different fights across the game, most of which I think could be done in 1 turn. The only one I question is the Shy Guys, but I think if we went in with the right firepower, we could probably 1 turn the Shy Guy fight, but regardless, that's still 5 turns we would have to add to the counter, and it is not a requirement for finishing the game, so that HP up part is off the table as well. I don't necessarily know of any others that we wouldn't be able to get. Do any other enemies drop an HP up part? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Bouquet Gardens is fine. Surfshine Harbor is fine. Leaf Litter Path is fine. Dry-Baked Desert is fine. Yoshi Sphinx is fine. Sandshifter Ruins is fine. Where else can you get HPO parts in World 3? Tree Branch... No, not Tree Branch Trail. What am I thinking of? Snifter Whiffet. Stump Glade is fine. Gauntlet Pond. Oh yeah, no, Tree Branch Trail and Gauntlet Pond both have one. There shouldn't be any, reason we can't get those. I feel like the music is too loud, and there's nobody here to tell me that it is, but I just feel like it is, so I'm turning it down. If it's too quiet, let me know. I am able to read chat, by the way. Yeah, I'm trying to think, are there any other that require beating an enemy? I don't think so. I mean, I guess technically Enig Mansion does, but I don't think any of those fights can be avoided. We need to beat all the Boos and beat Big Boo to get access to the scrap that allows us to beat Whiteout Valley. So, unfortunately, all those are going to be required, so the counter is going to go up quite a bit just from that Enig Mansion. But there's definitely some strategy involved. There are probably going to be multiple boss fights that we don't do right away. Like, we are going to reach the end of World 1, grab the trumpet, and go somewhere else. Because I'm not 100% sure we will have the firepower to one-turn... Well, we won't. Because you can't one-turn the Mega Sparkle Goomba. Let me clarify that. At least to my knowledge. Because even if you drain its HP, it does a scripted cutscene, and then sort of revives itself with 1 HP. So, Mega Sparkle Goomba will be 2 turns. But, there is a way to ensure that we 2-turn. We're going to probably be doing the worlds out of order. Because World 3 is a major destination for some high damage thing stickers that will be proved to be very... Hello? Hello? Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I was expecting to be able to peel back the peel back the sign. No, I have to knock it over first. It really hasn't been that long since I've played this at all, so I don't know why. Okay, we're getting some emulator lag. That's not fun. Sorry about that. This isn't a speedrun or anything. I'm not really going to be keeping time. This is just more of a thought experiment, and just kind of let's see how we can play the game in such a way that we minimize the number of overall turns. So basically, we're shooting for a perfect bonus in 99% of scenarios. And I say 99 and not 100 because I think PD Piranha is slightly finicky. You can perfect PD Piranha, but only after you've rescued Kirsty and run from the battle. And when the time comes, we're going to have to determine whether that's the most efficient way to do it, or whether it's more efficient, or like there's a way to, say, somehow first turn rescue Kirsty, and then second turn finish the fight. Because I think that would be more efficient. Because if we can 2-turn PD Piranha, it's more efficient. Because the perfect bonus way would involve 1 turn to rescue Kirsty, another turn to run away, and then at least 1 more turn. I believe you can perfect PD Piranha once you rescue Kirsty and run away. But that would be 3 total turns by my definition of a turn, counting running away as a turn. So I will not... If we can 2-turn PD Piranha, then I will not be doing that. If that's not possible, then we might be doing it that way. Just because if there's a way to 3-turn, then I'd like to do the one with the perfect bonus because I don't know. I just think it looks better. But that is many hours from now. So yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, World 3 is going to be extremely useful for this run. For two specific things. The first one is the boombox found in Wiggler's treehouse, and the second is the secret door, which gives us access to a lot of different things, but the most important of which is the squirt gun in Goomba Fortress. That is probably going to be the crux of this entire run, and it's the way that we can actually, I could have sworn I saw somewhere you could get a perfect bonus on Mega Sparkle Goomba. I might have to look that up, because logically that shouldn't be possible. Actually, wait, maybe. No, I think it is possible, actually. I lied. I don't think it cuts your turn off. I don't think the cutscene cuts your turn off. So, hypothetically, Squirt Gun does 95 damage. Actually, that wouldn't be enough. That wouldn't be enough. If we rolled a jackpot... actually, no, we wouldn't need it. No, we would. We would need a jackpot. I believe we would need a jackpot on the Battle Spinner, but I think we can perfect Mega Sparkle Goomba. I remember hearing that. I think Don Schnack mentioned it in his beating Sticker Star without battling. We are dropping frames. Thanks so much, OBS. We are literally sitting at 0 frames right now. Alright, thank you so much. Why? Actually, just why? Like, what can I do? Turn it down a little bit, I guess. I don't know how to fix this. I'll turn it down a little bit. Hopefully the quality's not that bad. It probably is, but whatever. Okay. I need a computer that is meant for streaming. And neither of the ones I have access to at the moment are that. So, unfortunate. Now, thinking more short-term here, I know there's a battle we're going to have to do before we leave Decalburg. And I don't believe that there's a way to 1-turn that battle. I think the best we can do is 2-turn it. And I'm not confident in my ability to do so, given the emulator lag and frame rate issues we've had to start the stream. So I will probably be save stating before my action command, so that I can redo it if I goof it up. I will probably be save stating a lot in this run. There's some areas that I don't know if I can get through without running into a regular enemy. Like, for example, 5-1, one of the spear guys, the first spear guy. I don't know if it's possible to get to the guy with the scrap without being chased down by another spear guy. And if it's not, then we have at least one fight we have to do there. But again, that's many hours away. So that's not something we have to worry about right now. Did notifications go out? Sorry, I would have expected at least someone to be here. But, I guess it is a school night, but whatever. Okay. So yeah, nothing really to mention that's run specific up to this point. But very soon we will have our first relevant event. Alright. It's nice to have the freedom to use things again. The last time I played this game, we did not have that freedom. The emulator lag can stop any time, and that would be phenomenal. But, I guess we'll see. Alright, so this is our first required fight. And, again, you don't have access to paperization at this point. I don't believe you can buy anything from the shop that will allow you to one-turn this fight. We don't have access to the battle spinner. So, I believe the best you can do is 2 turns. By the way, trying to find PNGs of enemies to put in the thumbnail was painstaking. Because this is a 3DS game, every PNG of an enemy that I found is like... it's like 100 by 100 pixels. It's the grainiest thing you've ever seen. So... Alright, first save state opportunity. I don't have a keybind for that, so just bear with me. Save state, please. It's not. There we go. Slot 1. Alright, we have a save state. Back to full screen. Okay. So, if I can get at least a great with this hammer, we have no need for a save state. If I botch this, which is more than likely, then we will need to redo this. And of course I hit the excellent, because sure. So that is 1 turn. That is, I guess that shows the cycle that I'm looking at as a turn. Whoops, hold on, wait. This is not capturing anymore. What? No, don't do this. Why? Why? Why is it doing this? When I full screen it... Okay, fine. We'll do it this way. You didn't see the hammer, did you? Of course not. You know what? Screw it. Fine. Since we have this save state anyway, and I'd like for you guys to see what I just did. Let's do it again. Is there a way for me to... Yeah. That's freaking annoying, man. OBS does not like full screening on a separate... Actually, is there any way window capture could... No. That's a no. Alright, I guess we'll just do it this way. Alright, we hit the excellent again anyway. There you go. See? Now you actually got to see me play the game. Isn't that fun? Anyway. What I consider a turn is Mario's turn plus the enemy's turn. When it gets back around to my turn again, that means the turn has completed. And in the event where we get first struck by an enemy, if something happens before, or I guess not, because I'm not counting Mario's first strikes as part of a turn, but if we get first struck by an enemy, I'm counting that as a turn. I guess I'll just leave it there, because I think that's a one-off thing. Okay, so we're already up to 2. Had to use 2 turns on that first battle. Hold on, I might be going insane, but I swear I saw this recently. Give me 2 seconds. I was watching a speedrun of Sticker Star recently, and I saw something that I hadn't seen before, and I want to make sure I wasn't seeing things. I could have sworn I saw somebody skip the Paper Cone Goombas at the end of 1-1. But, I could have been wrong. It's happened before. And it will happen again. No, this person fights him. Did I imagine that? I totally could have imagined that. This run saves 3 minutes. Is that where the 3 minutes came from? You can skip them! I knew I wasn't seeing things! Okay. I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea how to do that. Is this on a specific language, by the way? Would that have anything to do with it? I don't know. I will try and follow it. That could also be like a glitch. Is there a way to get this sticker without triggering a fight here? Yes, okay. I have to be careful. This is like the opposite of how I normally play Sticker Star. I am normally beating up everything that I see. So, I need to not do that. No. That's what I don't want. Yeah, you go back to your walk cycle, buddy. There you go. Good job. There we are. Alright, cool. Now, we do have to avoid them on the way back, because I should probably save state here, just in case I run into one. So, let me, while we're skipping through dialogue here, I want to see this again. How exactly does... Okay, so he goes up, he's on, like, the very edge of the path. He does, like, a slight turnaround. I have no idea if you can even do this on the English version. I have no clue. Are they able to be perfected? Alright, I'm also... Hold on. I'm also holding too many stickers. What can I toss? sure. I should have tossed the jump rather than the hammer. That was kind of stupid, wasn't it? Hold on. I have to manually do this. Why? Just why? Just... Oh, it doesn't even capture my cursor. Fantastic. Alright, I'm just going to do this. And... I hate this. I'm so sorry. Okay. There we go. Again, I don't know if that's something that's possible on... Because I don't know what language the... It's not English. I can tell you that. It's not English. But I don't know what language the this world record run is. So another turn upcoming, by the way. Although this one can be perfected pretty easily. We love button mashing. Alright, add one to the counter. Turn number 3. Trying to think if there's a way to one-turn the Paper Cone Goombas if I end up having to fight them. I think they're spaced out on the battle plane, so I don't know if a regular, like if I were to throw my shiny hammer into like a flashy, if they're spaced out it's not going to matter. I'm only going to be able to kill maximum 2. So yeah, I don't normally... I guess I could hide behind bushes. That's kind of going to be my strategy to avoid Goombas, is hide behind the bushes. Alright, cool. So far, so good. I did not save state there. I would have been very sad if I ran into something. Can I somehow... Give me 1 second. Because if I escape, like... You can see my entire monitor, and I really don't... I don't like that, but... Window capture is not... It's just not doing what I need it to do. Oh! Now it is. Oops. Okay. My bad. Sorry about that. Will it handle full screen? No. No, it will not. Still won't handle full screen. But it can handle normal. Whoops. What did I just do? I didn't mean to... What just happened? Okay, sorry. I made my Streamlabs window very... Not Streamlabs. I haven't used Streamlabs in years. My OBS window very large. Alright, well then, I'm going to go ahead and save state over this one because we don't need it anymore. Just in case I get run into, so I don't need to start the entire level over again. Alright, we're okay. He's stuck back there. Hey! Alright. Be very interesting to see if we can dodge the Cone Goombas. I will definitely save state before that, so we can give it a shot. The runner did open their sticker album at a point, because I think you can run past them. They're just going to be like, hey, you! So I don't know if, like, opening your album does something to that, or I'm not sure. I've never seen that done before, but I could have sworn that I remembered seeing that at some point. But yeah, being able to skip that fight is obviously that's 2 turns off the counter if we can pull it off. So here we get our paperization tutorial. Am I going to learn speedrunning tricks today? That is not how I expected this run to go. That is not what I was expecting to happen, but here we are. That'd be pretty funny. Alright. In the event that they're not spaced out, I can try and turn this into a flashy hammer. Results to be determined. This is my best shot at one-shotting them in the event that I cannot get past them with whatever trick this runner used. I guess I could... Okay, well, that sucks. Whatever. Is it worth it? Need to be careful. I don't need to paperize too badly right now. Yeah, I'm going to be avoiding unnecessary risks. Alright. Save state. I'm going to try not to rely too heavily on save stating, but, no. Those stickers are going to despawn. I wanted those. Oh well. I don't have that much room anyway. No! That's why we save stated. Alright, load this one. Alright. You were able to get him this time, so let me drop down here. I just said I wasn't going to rely on this too much, but... Go, 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 go. There we go. Get up here. Why is that your loop? You suck. You're the worst. Alright, hold on, hold on. Why is that your loop? That's so annoying, and I hate it. Alright, get rid of the... Yeah. If Agent was here, he'd be bigging up the slap hammer right now, and rightfully so. The slap hammer is busted. Alright, anything worth tossing? I guess I take, Alright, there we go. Whew. Now here is where, I mean, no matter what, we're save stating here. We'll get this cutscene over with, and then we're save stating for sure. Because this is where I try and sneak past the cone Goombas. All right. So first of all, we're gonna save state. Second of all, I'm gonna watch this guy do it again. See exactly where he's positioned. Assuming it's a he. I probably shouldn't. Okay. So he runs over to, like, where the dirt patch in the middle meets the grass. He kind of treads that line. And then move... That's so weird. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna try. He kind of treads this line here. and then moves over here, and then opens his album, and then closes his... No, it didn't work. Okay. Hold on, what did I do wrong? Hold on. What did I do wrong? Okay, maybe he's a little on the grass. He does like a weird turnaround thing. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Nope. Try again. I went too far. Hold on. No. Is there a chance? Because where does he end up? He ends up... I think I could guess what he does. I could guess... My guess is he opens... He stands on, like, the exact pixel. Or, like, the pixel before. Trying to figure out exactly where he's lined up here. It's like right... It's like impossible. I'm probably pretty close to it. And then opens the album, closes the album. It's probably on like the exact pixel where the cutscene's supposed to start. If I had to guess. I'm trying to get it. I don't know. Again, this might be like a localization specific trick. And I definitely don't think this is intended. I got it! I got it! I got it! Let's go! Let's go! There's nobody in chat right now, but let's go! I have no idea what I did differently! Let's go! I have no idea what I did differently! That's sick. Let's go! Alright. My guess is they put some kind of buffer, like some amount of buffer frames, as you're closing your album to where nothing can happen and you can move during those frames. So if you move over the cutscene trigger during those frames, then you don't get into the fight. Okay! We're through 1-1 with only 3 turns on the counter. That's wild. You can actually skip the cone Goombas. That's definitely not intended. I wonder if you can do that with other fights in the game. Now I'm kind of curious. And would we consider that a glitch, or am I trying to do this glitchless? I don't know. I kind of feel bad now. I don't know. Are we counting that? There's nobody here to ask, so I don't know if we're counting that. I have no idea. Because if that's considered a glitch, I don't want to count it. I'd like to do this glitchless. I assume that's a bug and that's not supposed to happen. So, actually, if you redo the level, are they still there? Because if they still show up, I'll do the fight. Because I don't, like I said, I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. If they're still there, I'll do the fight, because I would like to keep this glitchless. I won't use that to paperize, just because I'm playing this as if it were my first run through of the level. Waiting for this guy to turn around here, and whoops. Okay. Well, now we have a decision to make, don't we? You know what? This works out perfectly. Let me just load my previous save slot and fight him anyway. Yeah, I'll fight him anyway. Because again, I think that's a glitch. I don't think that's intended. So, and I'd like to keep this run glitchless if possible. So, sticker strategies and that type of stuff, totally fine. But I would like to keep the run glitch and exploitless if possible. So I'm going to do this fight and add 2 turns to the counter. But in our... Okay, well, that is not going to do it. So we're going to load. Because I need to get an excellent there. That's weird, though, that there's a way to do that. I am curious now, does that work on other cutscene triggers in the game? Or are there even situations where that would be useful? And that's just me assuming that that is what's going on. That's me assuming that what I said was happening is actually what's happening. Alright. Number of turns up to 5. We're nothing if not honest on this channel. There we go. Alright. We'll do it the old-fashioned way, because I don't think that's supposed to happen. Might get a couple more coins from this, though. Alright. Cool. And yes, they were spaced out, so my flashy hammer thing would not have worked. And I don't think Sling-A-Thing is available yet. It is not. Okay. I was just thinking, is there any way we could have gone back and turned the scissors into a sticker and then come back into the level and done it that way? I don't think so. My controller has just stopped working. My controller stopped working. The stick has stopped working. That's not good. Why is that happening? Didn't this happen during my first playthrough too? Hold on. Controls. Left, left, right, right, up, up, down, down. Okay. What the heck? What is happening? Okay, that's definitely not supposed to be happening. What the heck? Is it the controller? Hold on. What is going on? I'm gonna switch USB ports. I don't know if that would change anything. It is not changing anything. Okay. What happens when I'm in level? I can move around just fine in level. What? Sure. That makes perfect sense. Okay. You know what? Sure. On a more positive note, I don't... Actually, no, there is a required fight in this level. Never mind. 1 turn, though. Nothing too crazy. Whoops. Get up out of there. Never mind, frick. I Didn't save state, so now I have to... Actually, the easiest way to do this is probably... Give me 2 seconds, chat. I need to be better about this. Killing the Goombas again might have been faster, to be honest. This run is gonna be annoying. Okay. Okay, I just need to save state often, which I have not done enough of so far. Why are these not... I swear I had this exact issue. Why? That's so weird. It's just the world map. It works perfectly fine in game. Alright, what is C-stick? I don't know what that is. Oh, and now it's fine again. Okay, sure. It's fine again. I'm gonna go ahead and if it'll let me, I'm actually gonna save state in a different slot. Just so I have the one where we're right before the Cone Goombas. Just, I don't know, I want to save that one. If Agent ever pulls up, I want to show him the, trick that we're not doing. Alright, okay. Now we want to avoid this guy, and that shouldn't be too hard on the way in, but on the way out... How bad do we need the fan? Trying to think about it logically. How bad do we need the fan? Because there's a lot of potential encounters to avoid to get it. And I don't think we're going to be using it for Mega Sparkle Goomba. I'm actually gonna... Well, I guess that Goomba's the only encounter I'm really worried too much about. The rest of these shouldn't be too awful. It's just that Goomba. If I can dodge that Goomba... Oh, you know what else I should, think about? Once I start collecting HP up hearts, do I want to count, like, first strikes that kill an enemy? Because technically you're not brought into the battle scene. HP, for people who aren't familiar, by the way, HP up... Oh, hey, Hunter. Dead chat... Yeah, we've been streaming for an hour, and you're the first chat message. Congratulations. Oh, I snuck behind him! Let's go! Alright, snuck behind him! Alright, but yeah, I need to think about that, because once you get enough HP up hearts, they increase your HP by 5, each of them, but they also increase your attack, like your first strike power. How often am I going to use a Ba Hammer? Probably not that often. It will have its uses, but not now. Because technically, if you kill something with a first strike outside of battle, it doesn't bring you into the battle scene. So I'm sort of deliberating on whether or not to count that as a turn, because you never enter battle officially. Also, I just realized we can totally do the Toad missions. I'm such an idiot. Wait, I'm so stupid. I'm actually so dumb. We can do the Toad missions. Hold on, wait. I never do this. They all give you an option to either beat the crap out of whoever's bullying Toad or pay them money. I completely forgot that was a thing. We can totally get this HP up art. I was so wrong. I'm sorry. I completely forgot that was an option. Like, at all. So we can get Cato luck, and, not that it in itself will be particularly useful, but, we still can't get the one behind, Big Buzzy Beetle. That doesn't change. Ooh. But we can get one more than I thought we could. I'm going to turn this Ba Hammer hopefully into something more useful. I'm not going for museum completion, by the way. That's going to take way too much time. Alright, in case we need to do, like, giga damage to somebody, let's have the equivalent of a, the equivalent of just, like, I don't know, what do you even equate the slap hammer to in terms of, like, like, what it does, in terms of damage. What do I get rid of here? Depends on if I'm more concerned about single or multi-target damage. I'm gonna get rid of the jumps, honestly. Because an excellent on a slap hammer, hop slipper. I'm going to let this fight run, by the way. I'm not going to try and skip it. Hunter, what you missed. In the world record speedrun of this game, there is I assume it's a glitch or an exploit where you open your inventory on a cut, at least what I personally think it is. I don't know exactly what it is. I believe you open your inventory, close it, and then walk into a cutscene trigger, and it doesn't activate the cutscene. But I want to do this glitchless, so I'm not doing that. I don't know if you can pull that off here. I also don't know if that's a good idea. Because I don't know if there's some trigger that only happens once you start this battle that gives you the battle spinner. So there's a chance that if you can skip this fight, and you do skip this fight, you play the entire game without the battle spinner. Which would be miserable. So, as that is going to be pretty much the only way that we can beat any major enemy in one turn. What do I do? I guess I'd rather use a couple of hammers than a fire flower, TBH. Oh, that did 4. Never mind, I could have used a jump, but whatever. Big ol' whack. There we go. One turn, perfect bonus. I will update the counter. That should be the first and only fight we have to do in this level, by the way. Also, this is too far to one side. I'm gonna... What did I do? Stop. What happened? Alright, is that centered? No. Not in the slightest. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to center the text and it's not really working. Okay. Hit a new all-time high in subs today. Unless we've lost some, in which case we are no longer at an all-time high in subs. We gained another one! How did that happen? Something's got to be popping off. What is popping off right now? Looks like yesterday's daily rip is doing very well. Very well. Like, really, really well. The like ratios have been kind of wild recently. Like, no. Go back to your hole. Alright, I'm taking slaps over jumps right now. Gimme. Alright, is there a way to avoid this guy? Yes. How about this guy? Yes. Whoops. Can I scooch? Yes, I can. Alright, that's annoying, but whatever, we'll be able to make up for it, I think. I want to go do the garden HP up part. And then I might run to Surfshine after this. Well, I still need to decide if first strike killing an enemy counts as a turn. Because, like, it doesn't bring you into the battle, like, plane. Like, you stay in the overworld, so a battle never starts, so, like, technically it's not a turn. But normally a first strike would bring you into a battle, and the first strike is killing the enemy, which would normally be a turn. I don't know. I'm leaning towards saying, no, I'm not allowed to first strike kill enemies. Because if I first strike them... Like, let's say I do this... If I do this run no HP up hearts, and I first strike any enemy in the game, I'm starting a fight. So, crazy that jumps are, like, the worst stickers in my inventory right now. Okay. This is probably going to be a pretty short stream. I might finish up this level and, be done. I have had a very busy last, like, week and a half, and I'd like to take a couple more hours and just, relax to end the day. If that's okay with everybody else. Plus, that means more streams. We break this up into more streams and get more content out of it, which is, from my perspective, that's a good thing. Alright, this dude's gonna... No? No, there he is. Okay. I could risk getting those. I'm not risking getting into an encounter. I don't remember. I think the last time I save stated was at the beginning of the level. Sorry, what did you say? I got back from taking out the garbage? Nothing terribly important. Nothing terribly important. General yap. Alright, 2 levels down. Is it even worth going to get the HP up part? Like, I'll get it eventually when I have to go to Surfshine, but is there any point in getting it early? I mean, man. Is there anything else in this world that takes multiple turns to kill? Kamek is 1 turn. I don't think so, because we're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight Mega Sparkle Goomba yet. Do I? You know what? Nah. I'm gonna call it here, just because not too many people showed up tonight. I don't want to do too much. I'd rather stream the majority of the game when there's more people here. So I think I'm probably gonna end this one here. Let me quit the title. Actually, make it official. Yeah, thank you for being here, Hunter. I do appreciate it. Thank you, VOD watchers, for chilling. And, thank y'all for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a great night, and always remember, Jesus loves you. Peace.